All right.
Okay, so,
Now I'm in the hot seat.
okay. No, I'm in the hot seat.
Yeah, we're in the hot seat together because
Yep.
it's my first time doing it. So.
Okay,
All right.
so I'm going to pick a word.
And you can skip it.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, we can pick another one if you
okay,
want.
yeah. There's no, Milo, this isn't for you. Prayer.
Prayer.
Yeah.
Rare?
Prayer.
Prayer.
Yeah. I'll stick with this one.
You're gonna stick with it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'll stick
All right.
with it. Okay.
Prayer. You want to tell me about prayer?
Well, I think it's good for some people.
Okay.
Myself, I don't pray.
Okay.
I would be considered a apathetic agnostic. But I think prayer is good for some people because it gives them hope.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, he said.
Prayer is good for some people because it gives them hope.
Oh, back to hope.
Back
Yes,
to hope.
back
Yeah,
to
back to hope.
All right.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. So I just want to, because there's some three terms, and people use these terms very differently. So if I can get some clarification on it. if I
Certainly,
could.
certainly.
So when you say prayer, what do you mean by prayer?
Oh, people can be praying to different things, you know.
Okay.
I would assume with the word prayer meaning to praying to either God or to Jesus Christ.
Praying to God. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So
Milo?
when they're doing that, how would they be doing that? Like how is that prayer? What are they doing when they're praying to God?
They can
or
either
Jesus Christ?
speak loudly or speak to themselves.
Okay.
They get themselves in a sort of meditative state, I would say.
Okay.
That's the goal of it, you know.
Okay. So prayer is speaking, whether out loud or to yourselves, in like a meditative state.
Yes,
Like
reaching
around
out.
an idea or something.
Or I think most prayers they're probably asking for something.
Asking for something. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I would get out of it.
Okay. The apathetic part. What is an apathetic agnostic?
I don't really care.
You don't really care? Okay. Don't care about what?
I don't care about religion.
You don't care about religion.
It
Okay.
isn't in my life at this point. I don't think it will be. I wasn't brought up with a strong religious background.
Okay. Interesting. Religion is really important to people.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Is there a reason that it's not important to you?
I just, don't believe in a higher being.
Okay.
Okay. And it's something that I keep to myself. I never want to offend anybody.
Okay. Well, feel
About-
free to speak your mind here.
But I don't, express my thoughts, apathetic atheists and whatnot.
Sure.
Because I don't want to offend anybody. And one of my best friends, she's a practicing Catholic.
Okay.
too.
Yeah. It can be a
So-
sensitive
and then
subject for some people.
I'd hate to upset her,
Mm-hmm.
over something like that,
So prayer isn't something that you do.
No, I don't pray.
Okay. Do you think it could be beneficial for people to do?
Yes. I mean,
Okay.
that's just me. But if somebody else, if they want to pray, I think, it's good because it gives them hope
Okay.
to stay positive so that they don't get depressed.
So prayer is good because it can give them hope.
Yes,
Okay.
which is something positive.
How do you know that prayer gives people hope?
Well, how how do I know that it gives the people hope, right?
Yeah.
Well, it has to be doing something, or they wouldn't be praying, right?
I don't know.
The act of praying,
The act of praying.
yeah, to give people hope.
Yeah. How could we test whether or not when somebody prays if it does or doesn't give them hope?
We can ask them.
We can ask them. Okay. So that's what we can ask them. Okay. And how would they? How are we able to measure that? Right? How would we determine their level of hope? How would we know if they're lying or not?
You'd have to take it at face value.
Okay. So
There's no, black or white. You know what I mean?
okay. So how confident are you that prayer is good? Like on like a 0 to 100, like 100%, like prayer is definitely good.
It's good. It's good for some people. Okay.
Yeah.
But not for everybody. I mean, I wouldn't pray. Maybe I would. Who knows?
Okay. So maybe like 50% in the middle, like it's not real confident that it is good, or
I think it is good.
you think it
Prayer,
is?
yeah.
Okay. So maybe more like the 60 or 70%.
Yes.
Okay. So if you asked people and that did pray, and then they stopped praying for some reason, and they told you that they used to think that prayer was good, and they stopped praying because it no longer gave them hope, would that change your confidence about the method of asking them whether or not hope was effective? Or
Prayer is
was
effective.
effective for hope, yeah.
Wow. If somebody,
So in other
well,
words-
yeah, I would definitely ask a question.
Right.
I mean, one of my friends, she said she prayed for some homeless person,
Yeah.
at church. Now she said, "Nah, I'm not praying anymore." I would definitely ask why.
Okay. All right. So, so my question was more like, if somebody prays, right, can they be mistaken about whether or not it was good for them?
Could they be mistaken?
Yeah. Because could they think that it's giving them hope, but it really doesn't?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good answer. That's an honest answer. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if is there any other way that we could determine whether or not like prayer is good?
To determine.
Yeah. Or is there any other reasons that you believe that hope is good?
Well, if
Or
their
excuse me,
prayers,
where prayer is good. Yeah.
if their prayers were like answered,
Okay. If prayers were answered, that would add to your confidence level that.
oh,
prayer
big
is
time,
good?
yeah.
Okay. How would we be able to determine if people's prayers are answered or not?
How would we be able to determine?
Yeah, if people's prayers were answered.
Well, you'd have to talk to them, find out their situation. Did things improve?
Okay.
The results, right? If the prayer was answered, the result of the reply.
Okay. So if we were to ask somebody whether or not their prayer was answered, right, that would increase your confidence that prayer is good, right? Is there any?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
In the same kind of idea, if Is there something that would like lower your confidence, like if their prayer wasn't answered?
Well, whose prayers are ever answered?
I don't know. How would we be able to figure that out, right?
What's that?
How would we be able to figure that out?
Yeah. Something, yeah. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah, I like I don't know, man. It's like sometimes we just don't know, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So if like one of the only ways that we can know that prayer is good, because both of these kind of have that same idea of like asking them, like how can we be so sure that prayer is good, right? Especially if, like you had said about like unanswered prayers, like I don't know then, like how do I test that? So like how can we know that prayer is the good thing?
How can we know?
Yeah, if our only way to figure that out is really by asking somebody, but they, like we kind of determined already that they could be mistaken.
Yeah, and usually when people pray, it's usually a personal thing too. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
a
a personal
personal,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's kind of what you were saying about like it being kind of like a meditative state.
Yeah.
Interesting. So would you want to elaborate more on that? Like, would you like explain more what you mean by like the personal thing, that it's like a meditative state, and like how that could be prayer being good? Like how is that benefiting the individual?
It gives them hope.
Gives them hope. Okay. If they were mistaken about the prayer giving them hope, and there is some other method that they could utilize to get hope, would you still think that hope is that prayer is a good thing?
Well, you know what they say, a little bit of prayer never does anything wrong. No, but so rephrase that question. I'm sorry.
Sure, no problem. So like how you said, like a little, no, prayer doesn't do anything bad if it gives you a little bit of hope. But what happens if the person decides to pray for hope rather than, let's say,
doing something about the situation?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be. Yeah.
Yeah. To rely on prayer as opposed to trying to make steps to correct the problem.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That seems like a good answer.
Yeah.
All right. Would you still say that like you're 60% confident that prayer is good?
Yes, because it doesn't do harm, and it gives the person praying, it gives them hope. But then again, as we discussed earlier, maybe they should, if they have a problem, they should address it as opposed to relying on prayer.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, prayer is just an extra thing, It's an extra.
So if somebody could potentially do something rather than praying that could prevent harm, would the prayer be doing harm then?
I think too, like, a lot of times when people pray, it's just like a minute out of your day or whatever. But I'm sure some people pray for hours. You know what I mean?
Could you think of an example where prayer might actually cause harm directly?
Where they don't take any action and they just, well, I could give you an example.
Sure.
If like a house is on fire,
Yeah.
and they don't get out, they just pray, chances are they're going to get burned alive.
Yeah. that would certainly do it, right?
Yeah. So,
All righty.
yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me about it?
No, but thanks a lot for jarring my brain. I appreciate it. It was fun.
And I just want to let you know that you're not alone. Well, at least I am. I'm an agnostic atheist, and I would make the claim that certain gods definitely do not exist. So.
Yeah.
And it is hard because there's a large portion of the world that holds those beliefs very strongly.
Yeah.
And
So what is it? Are you guys into philosophy? Is that?
Sort of, yeah. I mean, I enjoy philosophy. There was this person called Anthony Metabosco that he kind of ran with this idea that we call street epistemology. Well, he's Sound Epistemology, his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But he kind of came up with this method of like having these polite conversations with people and getting to think about their beliefs without just yelling at people.
Yeah.
And that's kind of our goal, is to get people to think and then to spread the method, to get other people to reflect on their reasons, because we believe that if everybody holds beliefs for better reasons, we'll have a better society, right?
Oh, I see. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen.
From one of those puzzle pieces if you want.
What's that?
So these, the idea is you can take one of these today,
Yeah.
and then if you see us out here, if you see Sasha out here again, and you want to have another conversation, you can get another color and build out the whole set. This kind of helps you remember the conversation, and it's a way for you to maybe have another one someday.
Yeah, I'll take one.
Cool.
Sure. Which color? would you
I'll take the yellow.
like? Awesome.
Okay.
Hey, it was a pleasure talking with you.
Yeah,
Have a good one.
Maybe we'll see you around.
Yeah.
Do you have a phone on you?